Unity Church of Tidewater, the modern home of practical Christianity, presents another dynamic, timeless, relevant, and inspirational message by Reverend Joyce Kramer. May you be inspired and uplifted. And now, Reverend Joyce Kramer.
Hello, friend. This is your Unity Minister, Joyce Kramer, speaking on Pattern for Success. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Our life may be much simpler and easier than we make it. The world might be a happier place than it is. There is no need of struggle, convulsions, and despairs, of the wringing of hands and the gnashing of teeth. We miscreate our own evils. We interfere with the optimism of nature. We are begirt with laws which execute themselves." Would you like for your life to be simpler and easier than it is at present? Would you like to see your world and the world a happier place? Can you believe it possible that you no longer have to struggle, despair, or go through so much pain and suffering? Great improvement is possible when we realize that we are, as Emerson said, begirt about with laws that execute themselves. Since we are involved with laws of life which execute themselves, we have miscreated our own evils. As we live in conflict with these laws of life or use them wrongly, we interfere with the progressive movement of life. We create our own lacks and limitations, struggles and despair. So long as we are unaware of the great laws that surround us, we will continue to blunder through life. Very few people do have any mental preparation for life. Thereby, many experience failure and confusion. Man is approximately 2% a physical being, 98% mental and spiritual. He has often ignored the 98% of his being while living in the 2% laws. Laws pertain to the inner workings of man, working within the mental and spiritual nature. Man is placed on earth with dominion. By adhering to universal laws, lavish abundance of all good is his. The first law of life is, you are a spiritual being living in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual laws. Can you accept this? Do you have an image of yourself based on this understanding that you are by nature spiritual? How much effort are you making to realize what it means to be made in the image of God? Do you take time to read on that which would challenge you to understand the spiritual laws of life? Many people believe themselves to be the downtrodden, abused, and misused. Many women as well as men think this way. As long as anyone thinks this way, then it shall be. Expose your mind to new ideas. Get to know people who have broken out of the common molds of the average and norm. Growth and awareness of yourself as a spiritual being will come forth as you think upon this idea. Give it some prayer thought and attention and meditate upon its meaning for you. You may find that this alone begins to give you a new lease on life. Secondly, you must activate the cleansing law of life, that is, forgiveness. Forgiveness refers to a giving up of that which is not compatible with God, any thought, feeling, or attitude. Unforgiveness generates strong emotions of hate, jealousy, resentment, fear, and often self-righteousness. Negative emotions can so fill the subconscious mind that our good, our success is blocked. The goodness of God cannot flow through hate. The greatness of God can never be expressed through a down, depressed state of mind. Forgiveness must be granted to all people. It doesn't really matter whether you feel the people in your life need forgiveness or even deserve it, or even if they are deserving or undeserving. That's not the question. All people must be forgiven. Consider your reaction to those people with whom you have difficult or bad experiences. Do you have a feeling of sincere goodwill toward them? Do you really wish them well? Can you relate to them easily and freely without being intimidated or without intimidating them? If your attitudes toward others are in any way hostile, then you need to practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is necessary, for otherwise you block the flow of your own success. Also, hostile, unforgiving feelings persisted in send out poison into your body, and your body then pays the price for your foolish emotions. It may be that you will need to speak specific words of forgiveness. Charles Fillmore suggests that we need to practice general forgiveness in our daily prayer time. In this way, we do not let wrong feelings accumulate. Practice forgiving everyone for everything. If you think it is beyond your personal capacity to forgive, then you can let Christ forgive through you. Affirm for yourself, the freeing, forgiving love of Jesus Christ now forgives through me. Everyone in need of my forgiveness is now forgiven. Even though this may seem to be an impossible attitude, it may be impossible for you to forgive, it is not impossible for God to forgive through you. As you continue thinking upon a pattern for success, you first must realize that you are a spiritual being living in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual law. Now you are practicing forgiveness so that your mind and heart is open and free to experience good. Now mentally prepare for success. You can have anything in life that you will mentally accept. It's your choice. You can choose whatever it is that you wish. Choice will produce the results, but you must deliberately choose. Otherwise, you will live in a very careless, haphazard sort of way. Plan for success on paper. Make a list of what you wish to accomplish 6 months from now. Plan what you will accomplish in 1 year. What do you hope to accomplish 5 years from now? The person who has no plans for his success is not very successful. The person who plans for success gives his mind ideas to work with that will help him achieve the fulfillment of his desires. After you have a list of your plans for accomplishment, then go to work within your mind to see the finished results. This is the time to use your imagination in a deliberate way to assure desired good. See yourself in mind as having and experiencing and doing all those things you would like to do. Add to this your spoken word. You can use the spoken word deliberately to declare and to decree the things you desire. Write down affirmations indicating the fulfillment of your needs and desires. Read them over out loud daily. Decree prosperity, decree health, decree harmony, decree the abundance of every good thing that you need or desire. As the Bible states, my words are spirit and they are life, and they do accomplish that whereunto I send them. Spend a minimum of 5 minutes per day just going over affirmative decrees. Results will come quickly and easily. Then add another ingredient, that of your power of decision. Both success and failure are the results of the use of your mind. The decisive mind gives direction to your innate creativity. All important events are caused by the decision of someone. All too often human beings look for someone to tell them what to do or sit around bemoaning their fate. All that is needful is to relate back to the first law that you are a spiritual being. Then look to this divine intelligence within yourself that will guide you into right action. The Bible opens with an allegorical description of decision. The words, let there be, are direct, clear, and concise. Know what you want, and then decide it shall be that way. God, the intelligence within your mind, will follow your decisions. In that way you are able to keep out worry, fear, and doubt. Decide that you will have the good things of life, whatever they are for you, and you shall have them. You are a decision-making being with the ability to make right and good decisions. First, put God first financially. This requires a decision. The act of giving and sharing is a step toward permanent and enduring success. Giving keeps us in touch with the source of life and prosperity. Our entire universe is based on a balance of giving and receiving. No one who is in life is strictly to become a taker or a getter, even though so often spiritual things we see that attempt is made. One makes all sorts of interesting demands upon God without once considering what he is giving to God. There are far less emergencies, far less problems in our lives of those who tithe. To tithe means to give 10% of your income to God. Many people play tokenism in giving to their churches. They give the smallest amount they feel to be socially acceptable. Someone has said we need to break the dollar barrier in our giving habits. There's a spiritual law that Jesus gave that says, as you give, so shall you also receive. Play fair with God, and you have a right to expect good. Thousands of stories could be told of people who have activated a tremendous prospering power in their lives by putting God first financially. Even so, there is a real reluctance on the part of some to practice tithing. However, tithing is a universal law practiced by success-minded individuals. Tithing leads to permanent and enduring prosperity in all phases of life. All great religions, all great civilizations have practiced this form of giving. It is the beginning of financial increase. Are you putting God first financially? Have you taught this principle to your children? To avoid this spiritual principle is to keep an area of one's life out of balance. Give to God in recognition of Him who is the source of all good. In this way you build a working partnership with God. It is noticeable that those who tithe have a more free and easy relationship with God. They are more inclined toward success, for they feel right about expecting God to prosper them. Remember, you can create a pattern for success in your life. Let's review the laws relative to your success. Recognize that you are a spiritual being living in a spiritual universe that is governed by spiritual law. Secondly, cleanse your mind through the regular practice of forgiveness. 3. Prepare for success mentally. Make list, image, and speak the words. 4. Exercise the power of decision in making up your mind what you will attain and accomplish in life. 5. Put God first financially. 6. If you will fulfill these laws, you will find that you live up to the highest and best within yourself. You will have the courage needed to become successful. You will function as a mature, responsible, and wholesome-minded individual. Create your own beautiful pattern for success.
We hope that you have enjoyed this inspirational message on practical Christianity from Unity Church of Tidewater, 5580 Shell Road, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23455. Our services begin at 11 a.m. every Sunday, or, if it is more convenient, please visit our website at www.unitychurchoftidewater.com. Thank you and have a blessed day.
You're listening to Radio Pan Am. Brought to you by Pan American Broadcasting, when your ministry has to make an impact. If you enjoyed today's broadcast, please email us at info@panambc.com. Again, that's info@panambc.com. For more information, visit our website, panamericanbroadcasting.com.